Okay, students, so let us continue the topic. So here we are going to study basic concepts of chemistry. In basic concepts of chemistry, so we have some important things we must know, like one, first, element. We should know that what is element and its property. Let us study element. 2, atom. What is atom and its properties? Next is molecule. What is molecule and its properties also? Next, fourth one is atomic number. It is also important. We must know what is atomic number, its related right concepts. Next, fifth one is mass number. Mass number. So atomic number denoted by Z. We study about Z, and mass number denoted by A. We also study about. Okay, mass number. And fifth important concept is atomic mass. Atomic mass and gram atomic mass. We'll study about this also, atomic mass and gram atomic mass. Next, seventh one is molecular mass. Molecular mass and gram molecular mass. Molecular mass and gram molecular mass. And finally we will study equivalent mass also. Equivalent mass and gram equivalent mass. Right, so we are going to study these important things in today's class. Okay, so let us start one by one. Take down. Taken. Okay, right. Let's say first element. So what is element and where we use or where we study this element? So students, element is a pure substance. A pure substance which cannot be neither broken or not be made from any other substance. So therefore you can take simply a pure substance. It is a pure substance which can neither be broken. You cannot break it. Which can neither be broken nor formed from any other simpler substance. From any other simpler substance called an element. Therefore, simply element is a pure substance. Right? Element is always a pure substance which can neither be broken nor be formed. You cannot break it, you cannot form it from any other substance. So therefore, such kind of substance is nothing but we call it an element. So therefore, element is always a pure substance. So therefore, you can write here it is a pure substance. A pure substance which can neither be broken nor be formed. So then it is called an element. So we know that in periodic table there are 118 elements. 118 elements in periodic table. So we will study in classification of element later about all these elements. Okay, then this is about element. Next is, let us say what is atom. second one is atom. So what is atom and its important characteristic? So here, now before what is atom, we will study who discovered atom first. So this atom was discovered by Daltons. You might have studied in first PUC Dalton's atomic theory is there, no? So therefore atom was discovered by Daltons. So therefore we have Dalton's atomic theory. So therefore take this point, atom was discovered by Dalton, right? So we have Dalton's atomic theory, right? Let's see what Dalton's atomic theory says. Dalton's atomic theory. So in Dalton's atomic theory we have some important postulates. One, so what is the first postulate of Dalton's atomic theory? The first postulate of Dalton's atomic theory is, you know, in nature matter will be there. So matter always, you know, formed by atoms. It means matter consists of a smallest particle, right? Matter is made up of a smallest particle. Those smallest particles are called nothing but atom. So therefore the first point is matter is made up of a smallest particle called atom. So therefore matter made up of smallest particle called atom. So therefore atoms are nothing but a smallest particles of matter, right? Second postulate. So second postulate says that atoms of same element having same property, atoms of different element having different property. How? For example, you take atoms of a carbon. So all atoms of carbon having same property, right? Atoms of nitrogen having like same one kind of property, atoms of sulfur having one kind of property. It means atoms of same element having similar property, atoms of different element having different property. So therefore second postulate is atoms of same elements having similar properties. And next is atoms of different element having different properties. Atoms of different elements having different properties, right? So therefore atoms of same element having same property, atoms of different elements having different property. Next, fourth postulate. Fourth postulate is atoms always combines in a whole number to form the molecule. It means atoms always combine whole number, like one atom combined with another atom, like one atom, two atom, three atom. But no, it is not that half atom combined with one more half atom. That is not there. Means atoms always combines in a simple whole number but not fraction. So therefore like half atom A, half atom B to form AB, no. This is not possible. Atom always combines in a simple whole number. One atom, two atom, one atom, 3, 1. Like that it should be whole number but it should not be a fraction. Therefore fourth postulate is atoms always combines in a simple whole number to form a compound, right? So therefore it is fourth postulate. Next is fifth postulate. So fourth one is atom always combines in a simple whole number. It's all right. Then what is the fifth postulate? Fifth postulate also important. Fifth postulate says that atoms neither be created nor be destroyed. we know this. Therefore, atom neither created nor destroyed. So therefore, atoms cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. So these are the some important postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Okay, so once again, today we have started what is element. So therefore, element is, just remember, element is always a pure substance. A pure substance which cannot be broken, which cannot be formed. For example, you take carbon is a element. Carbon element, you cannot break carbon element, and you cannot prepare the carbon element from adding any two elements. Like for example, hydrogen, helium, will you get carbon? No. Therefore, always element is a pure substance. It is a pure substance which cannot be formed, which cannot be broken into any other elements. So that is element. Next, there are 118 element in periodic table. We will study all 118 element later in classification of element. Okay. Next is atom. So what is atom? Who discovered atom? Important. So atom is, we know that atom is a simplest form of matter. No, it is a simplest form of matter. It means, for example, you take chalk piece. If you go on break the chalk piece, what do you get finally? Atom. A smallest particle will get. That smallest particle is nothing but an atom. Therefore, atom was discovered by Dalton's. We have Dalton's atomic theory. So Dalton's discovered atom and he gave the Dalton's atomic theory. So what Dalton atomic theory says? First point, it explains about matter. So matter is made up of a smallest particle which is called atom. That means whatever you take, whichever the matter you take, everything is made up of nothing but atom. Next, atoms of same element, obviously having same property. Atoms of different element having different property. For example, take atom of carbon, an element of carbon, element of nitrogen. Whether carbon and nitrogen having same property? No. Different elements having different property. That is the point. Next, atoms always combines in a simple whole number ratio. It is always combined in a simple whole number. For example, like one atom combined with another atom, it forms the one molecule like this. But have you seen that like half atom combined with one more half atom, it forms one atom, one molecule? No. This concept is not there. That means atoms always combines in a simple whole number ratio but not fraction. Next, this is also we have studied. Atoms neither be created nor be destroyed. So these are the some important postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Next we have, there are some drawbacks also. What are the drawbacks of Dalton's atomic theory? So there are 3-4 important drawbacks. First drawback is Dalton's atomic theory could not explain about structure of atom. Is there any point regarding structure of atom here? No. So there is no point regarding structure of atom. Therefore, it could not explain. Take down. It could not explain the structure of atom. So structure of atom is not explained. It could not explain the structure of atom. Next, second point. So Dalton's atomic theory could not explain structure of atom. How the structure of atom? We know that atom has spherical structure. That is, we know. Bohr atomic theory we have studied. Atom has spherical structure and it has nucleus and all. We have studied it. But this theory could not explain structure of atom. Okay. Next, second. This theory explains that atoms combine to form molecule or compound. Right. This theory explains atoms combines to form molecule or compound. But it could not explain why atoms should be combined to form molecule. Therefore, it could not explain why atoms combine to form molecule or compound. Right, so it could not explain why atoms are combined to form molecule. This is second drawback. And one more important drawback is this Dalton's atomic theory could not explain binding forces between the atom. Okay, so what are the binding forces between the atom to form molecule? We know that suppose atom A combined with atom B, it form AB molecule, right? It form AB molecule. So atom A combined with atom B to form AB molecule. Now tell me, in between A and B to form AB, in between AB there is a force of attraction, no? Otherwise how AB will be always attracted, always they bound together. So this is not possible. It means in between AB there should be a kind of force of attraction. Therefore Dalton's theory could not explain binding forces between the atom, these two atoms. What are the binding forces between these two atoms? It is not explained. Therefore third postulate is it could not explain binding forces. It could not explain binding forces between atom to form molecules. So to form molecule there should be binding forces. So those binding forces could not explain by Dalton's atomic theory. Okay, so these are the postulate and drawbacks of Dalton's atomic theory. Right, who discovered atom? John Dalton. Okay, next, but actually we know that atom is a spherical shape. This is we have studied Bohr's atomic theory, we will study later, right? So atom has a spherical shape, no? Atom has spherical shape, right, which contain nucleus. This nucleus has positive charge, yes, and there is a electron. Electron revolve around the nucleus in a circular path. Those circular paths are called orbit or shells or energy levels. Okay, then tell me, what is this? It is a nucleus. Then nucleus contain what fundamental particle? Proton plus neutron. So there are two fundamental particles, proton and neutron. Okay, next, what about electron? Electron revolve around the nucleus in a circular path. Those circular paths are called what? Orbit, shells or energy level. Okay, now tell me, what are the fundamental particles of atom? Yes, fundamental particles an atom. So there are three fundamental particles of atom: one, electron, proton and neutron. So electron, proton, neutron, three are called fundamental particles of atom. Then where the proton and neutron is present? Nucleus. Proton, neutron present in the nucleus. Therefore proton and neutron collectively called nucleons. P and N, proton plus neutron, collectively called nucleons. Okay, next, then what is the charge of the proton? The charge of proton is positive, right? Positive charge. What is the charge of neutron? Neutron is neutral, nil, means no charge. It is electrically neutral. What is the charge of electron? Yes, it is negative charge. Okay, so this is about fundamental particles of atom. Okay, we will study in detail later. Now you can take it is its charge. What is its actual charge? Proton. It is a plus 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. What is the charge of electron? It is minus 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. So charge of electron, charge of proton, both are same, but difference is what? Electron is a negatively charged particle, proton is a positively charged particle. Okay, it is about atom. Next is molecule. Come on, tell me, what is molecule? Molecule is nothing but it is a combination of atoms. A group of atom combined to form molecule. Therefore, the combination of two or more atoms, take down, the combination of two or more atoms, right? So the combination of two or more atoms called molecules. The combination of two or more atoms called molecules. Okay, next is what? Atomic mass and atomic number. First atomic number, no? Next is atomic number Z. Okay, next we will study about atomic number. Atomic number denoted by Z. Right. So atomic number denoted by Z. What is atomic number and its important? Let's see. Atomic number was discovered by Moseley. So it is discovered by, take down. Students, all these things are very, very important. You have to remember basic things. Right? It is discovered by Moseley. Right? How Moseley was discovered? Atomic number, that is Z. So there is a experiment. See, Moseley has done an experiment where he took atom. This is a atom which has nucleus, and he bombarded the atom with cathode rays. These are the cathode rays, nothing but electrons, right? Cathode rays, right? Therefore, Moseley bombarded the cathode, this atom, it is atom. Moseley bombarded the atom with cathode rays, right? When cathode rays strike the atom, which produces X-rays. So this atom produces X-ray, a characteristic frequency of X-ray. So therefore, Moseley bombarded the atom with cathode ray, which produces what? Which produces X-ray, characteristic frequency of X-ray, which produces characteristic frequency of X-ray, and he gave the, this is X-ray, this is X-ray. Then so Moseley gave the Mosley gave the mathematical expression between frequency of X-ray and atomic number. So therefore, Mosley gave the mathematical expression between frequency of X-ray, that is root nu is equals to A into Z minus B. This is the mathematical expression given by Mosley. Right? So therefore, Mosley gave the mathematical expression between frequency of X-ray and atomic number. So where root nu is equals to A into, so where A, yeah, I'll write nu is equals to here frequency of X-ray, nu is frequency of X-ray, and Z is a atomic number. Z is atomic number, and where A comma B are constants. A comma B are constants, and these constant A and B depends on element. Depends on element. A, B both depends on element. So this equation is called Mosley equation. Okay. So this is the discovery of atomic number. Then what is the definition of atomic number? So how do you define atomic number Z? Come on, tell me. Very good. It is the number of protons where present in nucleus or not? Proton must be present in the nucleus of atom. So therefore, atomic number Z defined as the number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom, right? So therefore, the number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number. Take down. So atomic number. Then atomic number denoted by, how it is denoted? Letter Z. So Z is the atomic number. Okay. So therefore, can we write, so number of protons is equals to Z? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Yes. We can write number of protons is equals to atomic number Z. Okay. So one question is this, you just answer it. Atoms, take down question. Atoms A comma B and C having 1 comma 2 comma and 3 electrons, 1 2 3 electrons, 1 comma 3 comma 4 protons. Then atomic number of A, B and C is, answer it. What is the atomic number of A, B and C? So what is atomic number of ABC? So question is, atom ABC having 1 2 3 electrons. Electrons are 1 2 3. It means atom A has 1 electron, atom B has 2 electron, atom C has 3 electron. but protons are different. So protons are what? 1, 3 and 4 protons. Then atomic number of ABC 1, 3, 4, because atomic number is depends on what? Number of proton, but not electron. So electron, let it be 1, 2, whatever it may be electron, but protons are what? 1, 3, 4. Therefore atomic number of A is 1, atomic number of B is 3, it is 4. Therefore atomic number is number of proton but not number of electrons. Okay, one more question. One more question. Okay, question is sodium. What is the atomic number? What is the what is the atomic number of Na plus, Mg plus 2, Al plus 3? So all three are having electrons 10. Of course, 3 are having 10 electrons. But we want what is the atomic number of these 3. See, what is the atomic number of sodium? 11. What is the atomic number of magnesium? 12. What is the atomic number of aluminium? 13. Why? Yes. See, atomic number of sodium is 11 because it has 11 protons. Of course, 3 are having 10 electrons. 10 electron each. Sodium plus Mg plus 2, Al plus 3. These 3 are isoelectronic species. Electrons are 10, 10, 10. But we are not bothering about electron. So we want number of proton. So here, beginning sodium has 11 electron, 11 proton. Here we are removing 1 electron. It becomes 10 electron. So we are removing 1 electron but not proton. It is not easy to remove the proton. If you remove proton, neutron, add proton, neutron, it becomes nuclear reaction. So therefore, we in chemistry, in chemical reaction, there is no addition of proton, there is no addition of neutron, removal of proton, removal of neutron. So students, remember, the removal of proton, neutron is highly difficult. If you remove or if you add proton, neutron, what happens? Such reactions becomes nuclear reactions. So therefore, it comes under nuclear physics, nuclear chemistry. We don't have in our syllabus nuclear chemistry. Nuclear chemistry is not there. So therefore, throughout chemistry, we don't study about removal of proton. We study only what? Electron. Removal of electron, removal of or addition of electron. So this is only chemical reaction. In chemical reaction, only electrons participate. Proton, neutron does not participate. If proton, neutron participate, it is not a chemical reaction, it is a nuclear reaction. So therefore, here all 3 are having, same electron, but 11 proton, 12 proton, 13 proton. Therefore, 11, 12, 13 is the atomic numbers. So like that, atomic number can be identified. Next is mass number. Right, next is mass number. So what is mass number? Yes. So mass number is, it is the sum of the proton and neutron present in the nucleus of an atom. So take down sum of the protons and neutrons. So sum of the protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom. Protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom. right? So sum of the protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom is called mass number. So of course it is denoted by letter A. Okay, so can we write A is equals to mass number is equals to proton plus neutron? Yes, why not? P is a proton, N is a neutron. So therefore A is equals to P plus N. Next, can we write A is equals to mass number A is equals to proton is nothing but Z, no? Z plus N, very good, Z plus N. Then I want number of neutron is equals to A minus Z, where N is equals to number of neutron. So therefore by using this formula it is possible to calculate number of neutrons. Okay, next we have representation of element. We have studied what is element. Let's see representation. Right, representation of element. Then how do you represent element? So element can be represented by two methods. Let us take X is element. Here is write Z. Here is A. So therefore where X is equals to what? X is element. We have taken X is element. Then where what is Z? Atomic number. Then where what is A? Mass number. Right? This is one representation. So we have another representation. You can also write X is a element, Z it is A. Both are correct. But most of the time we write like this only, first one. Right? But if somebody write this also, write. So both are correct. This side. Here. No. So Z should be here only in both the case. It should not be here. But A may be this side or this side. A only. Okay. Now let's see some example. Write one question only. Take one question. Calculate the number of neutrons in the following. Calculate the number of neutrons in the following. Okay, so tell me here number of neutron N is equals to 12 minus 6, mass number minus atomic number 12 minus 6. So here is N is equals to 15 minus 7, yeah, of course 8. Next here N is equals to 235 minus 92 uranium, U is a uranium 92. Next here N is equals to 238 minus 92 uranium, it is oxygen, so 18 minus 8. Okay, so in this way mass number minus atomic number gives number of neutrons. Okay, it is about atomic number and mass number. Next, what is next? atomic mass, no? Next is atomic mass. Atomic mass. Okay. Next is atomic mass and gram atomic mass. Okay. Before that, can you tell me what is the Moseley's equation?
Root mu is equal to
A into
A z minus b.
okay. Root mu is equals to A into z minus b. Okay. This is the Moseley equation. So you can draw the graph also. So this is a y equal to, I'll take this is m x plus c. Okay, linear equation now. Now take on y axis, this is z axis. On y axis I'll take root nu on y axis. Right, on x axis I'll take this is x now, z minus b is on x axis. Tell me where c is equals to what? 0. Intercept is 0. Right. Where is a? That's a will get a slope. Where m is equals to slope, no. M is a slope. Right. C is a intercept. Now here, what is the c equal to 0? No, here nothing but 0. C equal to 0. Yes. When intercept c equal to 0, it is a linear equation. Yeah. Passing through the origin. So therefore, now next, what is the slope? Slope always m, no? Slope is nothing but m, which is equals to a. Right? Where slope is equals to a, which is equal to m, nothing but. So this graph can be obtained from Moseley equation, where z equal to atomic number. Take down. No, the constant value is not depends. It's not constant. It depends on element. Different element having different AB values. Sorry? It's numerical. It's come numerical only. Depends on element, and we don't have that study of those element, those constants. Need not worry. Hardly they may ask graph or equation. Which of the following is a Moseley's equation, or which is graph? Or mostly they may ask slope. What is the slope in the Moseley equation? A. Direct question. Slope is A. You need not to draw also. You just remember it. Right. So now, so far we have completed atomic number and mass number. Let's see atomic mass. Atomic mass and gram atomic mass. Let's see first atomic mass, later gram atomic mass. Take down atomic mass. Right. So what is atomic mass, and how does it related with how does it is depends on what factor? Let's see. Okay. So atomic mass is, it is actually it's nothing but like you take chalk piece. If you take chalk piece, if I say what is the chalk piece mass, what do you say? Take the chalk piece and keep on weighing machine. Yeah, grams, kilograms, right? Milligrams. So anything, no. So take any matter, keep on weighing machine, will get value or not. Like that, atomic mass is nothing but mass of atom. Mass of what? Atom. So it is mass of atom. Is it possible to take the weight of mass of atom? No. Why? Mass, atom itself is the smallest particle. Atom itself is the smallest particle. You cannot hold atom with naked eyes. You cannot hold it with your hand. No. It is impossible to hold the atom with your hand. Then where is the question of holding and keeping on weighing machine? Right? So therefore, so atom is a smallest particle. You cannot see your naked eyes. You cannot hold your hand, therefore it is not possible to take weight. Mass, therefore that means it is directly not possible to calculate atomic mass. Okay, it is not possible to calculate atomic mass directly, but we have indirect method. What is indirect method? What scientists have done? Indirect method is, so scientists have taken carbon atom. Take, this is a carbon 12 isotope. 12 is a mass. Okay, C12. Okay, they have taken carbon atom. This is a carbon atom. This carbon atom, it is a carbon atom. Right. This carbon atom mass is 12 AMU. They have fixed. They have taken the carbon. Its mass is fixed how much? 12 AMU. What is AMU? Atomic mass unit. Right. 12 AMU. And they have divided the atom into 12 parts. Right. So what they have done? They divided the atom into how many parts? 12 parts. Like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So therefore, now scientists have taken carbon atom. So this carbon atom is, its mass is cost how much? 12 AMU. And they have divided the atom into how many parts? 12 parts. Now, when they have divided atom into 12 parts, then what is the mass of one part? 1 AMU, no? Because total is how many AMU? 12. Total is 12 AMU. Then there are 12 parts. Of course, 12 equal parts. Then what is the part of one part? 1 AMU. Therefore, how do you define AMU? So from this you can define the AMU, Come on, tell me, what is AMU? Can I define AMU is nothing but, very good, it is a 1 by 12th mass of C12 isotope. Yes, it is 1 by 12th mass. Take down 1 by 12th mass of carbon 12 isotope. Why carbon only taken? So there are, why carbon 12 isotope only taken? There are many elements, no? There are 118 element. They could have taken any other element. The reason is its abundance. The carbon 12 means 12th carbon has 12 and 13 also, but carbon 12 abundance is very high. So because of its availability, abundance, they have taken carbon.
So carbon 12 is isotope.
No, you can take isotope. Carbon has C12, C13. Both are isotope only. Isotope both. Right? So therefore, 1 by 12th mass of C12 isotope is called what? AMU. AMU, atomic mass unit. But here important is, what is its numerical value? This is also important. Its numerical value. Its numerical value important. 1 AMU is equals to 1.66 into 10 power minus 24 gram, or it is 1 AMU also equal to 1.66 into 10 power minus 27 kilogram. Important, you have to by heart it. It is the 1 AMU numerical value, absolute, you can say one absolute value also. 1.66 into minus 24 grams minus 27 kilograms. Okay. Now let's see what is atomic mass we are studying. Right, atomic mass. Now atomic mass is, atomic mass is equals to, it is the ratio of average mass of one atom of element divided by 1/12th mass carbon 12 isotope. This is nothing but AM, you know. So therefore, now how do you define atomic mass? Atomic mass is nothing but it is a ratio, no? It is a ratio of average mass of one atom of element. Average mass of one atom of element to the 1/12th mass of carbon 12 isotope is called atomic mass. Therefore, atomic mass is nothing but ratio. Ratio. Yeah, it's the average mass. What is average mass? Average mass can be calculated. That we take a different method. Okay. So therefore, average mass of an element, atom of element, divided by 1 AMU, which gives atomic mass. Okay. What? Now, therefore, now next, atomic mass is relative value. Atomic mass is a relative value, therefore it has no any particular unit. So therefore, next point, right? It is a relative value or comparison value. Relative nothing but comparison value. It is a relative value. Yes, it has no units. Atomic mass has no units. It has no units because it is a relative value. Okay. Now, for example, I'll give an example here. Atomic mass of helium, we know that 4. You can take 4 AMU, nothing but atomic mass of helium is 4 AMU. Do you know what is the meaning of 4 AMU? Atomic mass of helium is 4 AMU. It means helium atom is 4 times heavier than what? 1/12th mass of C12H2. Isn't it? It's very simple. Atomic mass of helium is 4 AMU. It means helium atom is how many times heavier? 4 times heavier than carbon C12. That is 1/12th mass of C12 isotope. Then 1/12th mass of C12 isotope is nothing but 1 AMU. It means so helium atom is 4 times heavier than 1 AMU. Therefore, it is a 4 AMU. So write that word also. It means helium atom is 4 times heavier than 4 times heavier than 1/12th mass of carbon 12 isotope. Therefore, 1/12th mass of carbon 12 isotope nothing but 1 AMU. That's what we called 4 AMU. So it means, take down, helium atom is 4 times heavier than 1/12th mass of carbon 12 isotope. Over. Next, take another example. Let us take oxygen. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So what is the meaning of 16? oxygen atom is 16 times heavier than
61 by 12.
1 by 12th mass of C carbon 12 stone, means 16 AMU. So therefore it means oxygen atom is 16 times heavier than 1 by 12th mass of carbon 12 isotope. So this is nothing but 1 AMU now. Therefore it become what? 16 AMU. Right? So that is the meaning of AMU. Now question is, atomic mass has no units. Okay, it is just AMU is not a unit. AMU is not a unit. It is just what? Comparison value. Right? So 16 AMU means 16 times heavier than 1 AMU. Okay, therefore this AMU is not a like unit like gram, kilogram, like milligram. It is not a unit. Therefore atomic mass has no unit. Since atomic mass has no unit, we have one more term is gram atomic mass. Tell.
Oxygen is 12 times greater than helium. Oxygen is 12 times heavier than 1 by 12 mass of carbon.
How? Oxygen is 16 AMU.
12 times.
No, oxygen is 16 AMU. Helium is 4 AMU. No.
12 times heavier.
12 times 4 times
12 times heavier than helium.
12 times 4 times
12 times. Oxygen, sir.
oxygen
Compared to helium, sir. 12.
helium 4 no.
Yes, sir. 12 times heavier.
What means 4 into 12? Not like that, no. It is a 4 means, see, 4 plus 4. How many times? 4 times. 4. That 4 times heavier. Okay, not. Right? So therefore, this is what? Atomic mass. Now next we have gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass. So what is gram atomic mass? Now so far we have studied atomic mass. Okay, gram atomic mass is if atomic mass of any element is expressed in grams. If the atomic mass is expressed in grams, it is called gram atomic mass. So therefore gram atomic mass is atomic mass of element, atomic mass of element expressed in grams. Right? If the atomic mass of any element is expressed in grams, called gram atomic mass. Called gram atomic mass. Right? Therefore, it means atomic mass expressed in grams is gram atomic mass. And tell me, same example, what is the atomic mass of helium? 4. Right. What is the atomic mass of oxygen? 16. Then tell me, what is the gram atomic mass of helium? 4 gram. Atomic mass of helium is 4. Its gram atomic mass is 4 grams. It means atomic mass is expressed in what? Grams. That's it. Atomic mass of oxygen 16. What is its gram atomic mass? That's it. Therefore, example, atomic mass of helium is 4. Therefore, its gram atomic mass is equals to 4 gram. Similarly, atomic mass of oxygen 16. Therefore, what is its gram atomic mass? Yes, 16 grams. You can go on write mini, right? So this is atomic mass and gram atomic mass. So here gram atomic mass also called gram atom. So take this also, gram atomic mass, gram atomic mass is equals to gram atom, which is also called gram atom. We will study what is gram atom in detail later. Mole concept, it comes in mole concept, later we will study. Okay, molecular mass. Okay, so before going molecular mass, let me give atomic mass of different element. Okay, so take the 3 columns. So take 3 columns. 1 element, atomic number, atomic mass. Okay, so element is, let us take hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium. Tell me atomic numbers. It is 1, it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, it is 12, 13. Okay, next I will continue the element here. Aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium. Okay, so this silicon, right, 14, it is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. It is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah. Now atomic numbers 1 to 30 and atomic mass also important. You must remember. Can you tell me atomic masses of 1 to 30 elements? Let's see first one. Atomic number, atomic mass both are same for hydrogen. It is 1 only. 1 1. Next helium. it is 4. Lithium 7, it is 9, 11, 12, 14, 16, 19, 20, sodium 23, 24, 27. See, most of the time atomic mass is double to atomic number, but hydrogen has atomic number, atomic mass is same, because hydrogen has no neutron, in bracket no neutrons. There is no neutron in hydrogen atom. Okay, so therefore it has atomic number, atomic mass, both are same. Now helium 2,4 double, but lithium beryllium boron, these three elements having double plus 1. Double is 6, no? 6 plus 1. Double is 8, no? 8 plus 1. 10 plus 1. It is a double plus 1. Next three elements having just double. Okay, next here double plus 1. Next is double plus 1, double plus 1. Double, it is 3 double plus 1, double. Now here onwards, double plus 1, double plus 1, double plus 1. Yes, alternate. Next here silicon, it is a 28. Phosphorus 31, it is 32. This is important. Chlorine 35.5. Chlorine has fractional atomic mass, because here we take isotopic atomic mass. Chlorine has two isotopes. Okay, so in when there is a two isotope, we take this is a isotopic atomic mass. So we have formula to calculate this, we'll study later. Argon, this is also important. Argon, it is a 40, right? It is 39. This is also 40. Yeah, it comes for argon. It comes double plus 2 comes. Argon. It's supposed to be increased, no? Yeah, but decreasing. Yeah, this is the one drawback. Okay, we study in Mendeleev classification. Argon is 40, then potassium is 39 only, calcium is 40 only. Yeah, both are having same atomic mass. Next, scandium 45, titanium 48, vanadium 51, chromium 52, iron 55, cobalt, nickel 56, iron 56, cobalt 59, nickel also 59. Cobalt, nickel both are having 59. Copper, it is 63.5. This is 65.3. See, both are related here. 63.5, 65.3. Okay. So these are the atomic masses of 1 to 30 elements. At any cost, you should not forget. You must remember atomic masses. You should by heart it.
Sir, copper zinc में isotopic values